All right, everybody, welcome back into a brand new episode. You know it. It's
What's the Trend?
I am Casie Mason, and
I'm Aaron Weeks.
That's right. And we are back. You know what, Aaron? This is episode 8.
Episode 8. Let's get into it.
That's right. So maybe you are listening, driving along in your car, podcast style, or maybe you're actually watching this episode with the video that we like to put into these episodes. If we say it, you see it,
Yes.
I always like to say.
It's a lot of fun. You should watch it, but, get it whatever way you want to.
That's right. We're just glad to have you again
Please
this
listen.
week. So, we always like to start off the show talking about some things that are local, things that happen around the tri-state. Maybe we can help you plan your to-do list.
Yeah. We've got a lot,
Yeah.
actually. What are you looking forward to?
Well, thank you for asking, Aaron, as always. I was thinking about some things that are happening here in the tri-state, and I heard about this one. Thought it would be good to share with folks in case they want to check it out. So he's actually been here before, but comedian Jeff Dunham is making his return to the tri-state. So he's going to be performing at the Ford Center on February 25th at 7 o'clock. This is part of his comedy tour, Artificial Intelligence. Great name.
I love that.
And it says here that tickets for the show, they're going to go on sale next Monday, September 29th at 10 in the morning. Of course, they're also always available at the Ford Center box office. And you can always just go to Ticketmaster.com if you want to check that out. Do you know Jeff Dunham?
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong here, but he's the one that does the puppets. Am I correct?
Yes.
With the old man?
You are correct.
Okay, I vaguely remember seeing some of these. Funny. I'll say that. I've seen a few
Very
Comedy Central stuff.
Yes, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he was the first, if one of the first winners of America's Got Talent. So again, when we have money to hire a full staff to fact check us, we'll know the answer to that. But right now we are
Listen,
just on a skeleton crew.
Bare
up here.
bones, we'll get there eventually. But
So Aaron,
I
what
think
are you
so.
looking forward to?
Well, mine is actually not actually this weekend, but it's actually coming this upcoming week. It is something I'm looking forward to a lot, and I'm very excited to talk about it. It's a tribute show to the band Queen. Now, if you don't know Queen, obviously it's Freddie Mercury, and I'm obsessed. I was Freddie Mercury one year for Halloween. We'll get into that at a later time. But it's actually happening at the Old National Events Plaza, and it's Killer Queen, and it's set to bring their performance to Evansville on this coming Tuesday. So they're really known for their uncanny recreation of Queen's iconic sound and stage presence.
Which is not easy to do.
No, not at all. Can you imagine?
Oh my.
AIDS Live, trying to replicate that? I can't imagine, but we don't have the talent that they do.
Hey, listen, we're glad somebody was able to take on that feat. So I think just even implementing Freddie Mercury, I mean, that is unbelievable. And hey, full circle moment here. The kid who played him in the Oscar award-winning film was an actor that is from the tri-state, Remy.
Oh, yeah.
Remy
Malek?
That's right, Remy Malek. Thank you. Good job, Aaron. And that's why you do this show
There we
with
go.
me, where I...
Useless facts up here, folks.
We talked about that one time. We said the amount of information that our brains choose to take in. I could know so much more.
It's truly insane.
Couldn't tell you simple math equations,
No.
but I can tell you who the cast of Saved by the Bell was. So.
And you know what? Equally as impressive.
Thank you.
I love them.
You're right, friend.
They're
You're
great.
right.
Great show.
But it's incredible because he actually studied at UE
Yes,
and
he
was a
did.
graduate. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool, though. Something
since
to
we're
celebrate.
talking about
It's
Queen.
tri-state intertwined. So
That's how my brain works too. I go from point A to point B to full circle bit back. So yeah, Aaron, that sounds like a great show.
Yeah. It's going to take place actually from 7:30 to 10 on Tuesday, and tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. So definitely go and check it out.
Yeah, there's 2 great events you can check out that are happening right here in the tri-state. You don't have to go anywhere. We're happening.
Just down the street well, depending on traffic, just down the street.
I remember we learned about Bohemian Rhapsody in middle school. They broke down the different songs. I just remember we had to study that lyrically, and I was like, this is 5 songs in one, but I like it. So,
I mean,
it was
it's
a lot
good.
for a 6th grader. So.
Listen, that Gibson County education.
I know, here we are.
We're putting it to the test today.
We are. Shout out, let's see, Mrs. Hoffman. Shout out Cindy Hoffman.
Love you.
Yeah, it was, remember, in 6th grade, you had to start with the classical music, and we were all like, boo, this is boring. I kind of liked it. But then in 7th grade, we got to move to
what was that? Jazz or something?
Yeah, it was more like jazz.
And then we got
50s.
to go to full rock.
Yes, and then
8th
hip
grade.
hop, and we made our way to the 90s real fast. So anyway,
We're trauma bonded through
We are.
Princeton education.
we really are. But hey, it made us into the pop culture fanatics that we are today.
Whether you like it or not, here it is. You get what you get.
That's right. And hey, speaking of pop culture, we're going to move into some entertainment news now. Aaron, what do you have for us today?
Well, we're seeing a little uptick in tourism in one of the states, United States, obviously, that I'm talking about. In Wilmington, North Carolina, they're seeing a boost in tourism due to a very popular show right now. And the city is used for a number of productions like Dawson's Creek and One Tree Hill, personal favorites of mine.
Yeah.
And I was in Wilmington this past summer, and I got to see One Tree Hill locations.
I saw your pictures.
Yes, ma'am.
That was cool.
Love it. But why people are flocking right now, and it's because of the Amazon Prime show, The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's a huge show right now. And if you don't know what that show is about, it just centers around a young girl kind of discovering who she is, coming into her own as a young woman, and she kind of has a love triangle between two brothers,
we love a love
which obviously
triangle.
Gets messy because they're related. But yeah, the series finale actually just aired last week.
Okay.
And I love teen dramas. I watched it.
There is nothing that gets me more excited than a teen love triangle.
When it's when there's a little cringe to it, I'm like, I'm in.
I'm
sold.
all in.
Get
locked in. I joked, my husband and some of his buddies that he worked with, they all got into Outer Banks, and I was like, this is a full teenage show.
Don't get me started.
I know, they're so
I
good.
love Outer Banks.
When they get us with a love triangle, there's no turning back. I'm in. I'm here for the long haul.
I'm just like, man. Or an Enemies to Lovers is even more my cup of tea.
Yes. I mean, that's basically the plot of every Hallmark movie. I
Truly.
would know.
Truly.
I will say one of the greatest love triangles of all time. Let's see here. I'm going to say the movie Twilight with Team
it's
Edward,
definitely
Team Jacob.
one of the most iconic ones.
Of course,
for
we
sure.
got Grey's Anatomy. Listen.
There's so many.
They know how to get us in Hollywood.
There's so many.
The will they, won't they? Like I said, the plot of every Hallmark movie. So
it's like the prolonged like Ross and Rachel of it all.
Oh,
Friends reference.
Well, that
See,
is
I know my
a
things.
great show because my niece Cheney, that's like her friends.
Is that her
of course,
bread
she
and butter right
is
now?
a teenage girl, but I love it because her
Meanwhile,
sister.
cut to me.
And flash cut to fully grown man. It's funny. One of my favorite jokes that I've told Aaron this story before, I'll share with you guys, is my sister and I, when the movie High School Musical came out, first one came out on the Disney Channel, the second one came out on the Disney Channel, and if you recall, the third one went to theaters.
Do I recall?
Do you recall? He said, I was front row, baby.
I was. I was like in 8th grade.
But in that makes sense. I was like in college. And at the time,
they have some hits on that album, though.
Listen,
High School Musical 3, I Want It All. I've never related to a song more. That's our theme song right there.
That truly. I think that'll be what the
music. If we didn't get any copyright laws issued to us, I'd have that as our theme.
We'll go break out into our coordinated dance number for you guys, which is why you need to, again, watch this instead of just listen.
It wouldn't be that hard.
What's amazing is we went to the theater and like everybody had their kids with them.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're going to own this. So we went kid-free, just 2 adult women having a blast at High School Musical 3.
That's how I felt when I was like watching Finding Dory.
Oh, my.
But like, that's a classic.
It's a classic. And
the first movie was such like my childhood too. I'm like,
yes.
I don't care if it's just me and like literally other 21-year-olds.
That's fine.
Whatever.
We are who we are, and we own it, Aaron. And that's why we do this show. You know what? So
whether you like it or not, I'm unfortunately myself the entire time.
Same. And this is why we are doing this together. Yep. But that sounds like a pretty cool fun fact. Good to them for bumping up the tourism in that area. I also didn't realize that same spot is where they filmed all those other shows.
Yeah.
Like you said, One Tree Hill and Dawson's Creek.
Yes.
So that must be a pretty quaint little town.
It's very nice. I went on like an extremely sunny day.
Yeah.
And it was just like maybe high of 85, something like that. And
it's like you were in an episode.
Well, it was insane to see everything in real life, in real time. Like you see it on the show, and then you like get to experience it in real life. And I'm like, wow, this is like somebody's home, somebody's business. Like
I might move here.
I would you know what? It's nice.
Hey, we could do this show from afar. All right. Don't tempt us.
I love the beach. I can get into it.
You know, speaking of entertainment news, one thing that I was going to talk about was Saturday Night Live. If you are good to wrap up your, your, you know, our wonderful recap.
My little
of a beautiful
recap
place.
of a, you know, child show.
Yes, that's right. And, you know, speaking of childhood shows, I probably watched this at a younger age than I should have. But you know what? The jokes still hit. Saturday Night Live. We all know it. It's iconic. Did you grow up watching SNL?
No.
No.
Did not.
Do tell.
I watched Mad TV, if anybody knows that.
Stewart.
Yes. Dot. That was my...
Swan Lady.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I love Mad TV.
I did too.
So you were Mad TV, or did you get into SNL later in life?
Sometimes. I would see skits and like... I love a good like character break skit, and when that happens I get really into it.
Oh, when they like break and start laughing, that is amazing.
When they
I feel like Jimmy Fallon was one of
the king of it.
The king of it. Then one of the people that always got Jimmy Fallon to break character was Will Ferrell the most. They were on the same time frame, and also the legendary people that have come out of that show. So
many.
That's why I wanted to talk about it today. So Saturday Night Live, of course, it's been around now. They spent all of last year just really blowing up their season 50 anniversary, as they should. I mean, 50 years of Saturday Night Live is
50
incredible.
years on air.
On air.
Crazy.
And kind of not a lot of shows like that, none are really around where you have a live sketch comedy show. So, and of course, the show has evolved over the years. They do touch on a lot of current events and topics. And then they, of course, go off the wall with just random skits about random things. But either way, I think all of us at some point in our life can either say we've seen a little bit of the show, but most definitely everyone knows Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
What's cool is they have their season 51 set up now, and this was actually something that we wanted to share, was just who's going to be hosting. That's one of the best parts.
This is a total surprise to me. I don't know. You told me all about it.
Okay, here we go. I was like, I'll cover this story this week. So of course Saturday Night Live is a great show, but majority of the fun is who is going to host it. This one's pretty wild. Bad Bunny will be hosting the season premiere, the very first episode, on October 4th. He's going to be joined by Doja Cat as she'll be the musical guest that week. Fun fact here, this is actually going to mark Bad Bunny's second time hosting. So some of you listening, maybe you don't know who that is. Should I try to
break it down?
Break it down? Yeah. Okay, so he is a super famous Latino artist. Best known, though, for here in the States. He has an incredible career in the Latin music industry, but he's also very much known for dating Kendall Jenner.
I was about to say, that's unfortunately, the only... through line that I knew about him, but
I was like, do you want me to try?
I know he's well respected in the industry.
He's well respected. In fact, I think he kicked off the
was also in like Happy Gilmore 2, if I remember correctly. He was like the caddy. Didn't watch it, but I saw that he was in it.
I love it. He is doing big things here. We're glad to have you, Bad Bunny. And of course, obviously, SNL loves you too, enough to kick off their season starter. This one I love. October 11th, Amy Poehler is going to return as host. Of course, you may remember Amy Poehler was a cast member for 8 seasons from 2001 to 2008. And of course, worked her way up from just the cast there to then anchor the weekend update portion of SNL alongside Tina Fey. So big fan of Amy Poehler. I mean, we could talk for a while about her. She has an incredible career. I mean, I also love her work on Parks and Rec, which our friend Jamie French had a appearance.
She sure
as
did.
A young actress on, which
make sure you listen to that episode.
That's right, episode
6.
That's right, our favorite.
It's our favorite number.
Again, meant to be.
Of course.
Fun fact about the very first time that Amy Poehler hosted, just to kind of put it in perspective, how long it's been. I don't know if she's done it since then, but she hosted for the first time back in 2010, and the music guest then was Katy Perry. And so it's just a little fun fact there. That was the first time that she got to go from being a cast member to come back and host with what a flex.
Yeah,
you know
honestly,
what I mean?
Being like, oh,
I'll be the host now.
Well, I guess I'll accept.
All right. So then finally, this one, all of our Gen Zers will appreciate.
I'm with them on this.
I know,
one.
right? Sabrina Carpenter, you guys. She's going to pull double duty, as she would, because she's a queen. She's going to both host and do the musical guest appearance on October 18th. So be sure to check those out if SNL is for you. And of course, I think they said that Aaron Weeks and Casey Mason will be hosting, what is that, October? Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Yeah, October of 2047.
2047. And we will not have aged a bit, Tri-State. No. So anyways, anything else you want to add about SNL?
You know what? I'm looking forward to Sabrina Carpenter's. I mean, I'm looking forward to all of them, but like particularly Sabrina Carpenter's performance, and she's a great actress too. People should not forget that is her come up. I love her.
And I'll try not to go too long on SNL here, but thought just popped in my head. One more thing, kind of recap some of the big names that you may forget came out of that show. Chevy Chase, Adam Sandler, like I mentioned, Jimmy Fallon, and Seth Meyers. Like a majority of our late night talk show hosts came from
literally
SNL. Will Ferrell, and the list just goes on and on. Dan Aykroyd.
I just thought of Molly Shannon.
Molly Shannon, yes. I mean, just so many big time Hollywood
Tina
celebrities.
Fey
came out of SNL. So thank you for your service,
you,
SNL, to the Hollywood industry. I think the next story here in entertainment news is just an update to a story that we wanted to share. This happened over the summer. Crazy. So this guy is now in jail in connection to the theft of some unreleased Beyonce music. How dare he? The Beehive is going to come after this man.
To my queen? Are you kidding?
How dare he? That's just rude. You don't do that to Beyonce, guys.
No.
Should I even say the name, or will there be a witch hunt? Okay, I'll say it. It's Kelvin Evans. And he was actually connected to kind of the scene there. There was a car in the area that scene at the same time that a burglary happened. That's kind of how they connected the dots. It took him a while to find this guy.
Yeah, it took him a long time to find this person.
So I think Beyonce would just have like a whole team of investigators.
You would think.
So, especially when it involves the high stakes of new music being secretly released. So officers say that the suitcase that was containing the music was taken from the back of another car. I have heard a rumor that it was her choreographer's vehicle, one of the tour buses, and they were like, obviously working on choreography. So, but again, don't confirm that. Our fact checker, we'll get to them shortly.
She's on standby.
She's on standby. Currently hiring. So all of this happened 2 days before the Cowboy Carter tour stop in Atlanta. So that's where this all took place. Evans is going to be charged with theft. But like I said, here's the thing, Aaron. Authorities say that the stolen music has not been found yet. So
that is a shame.
Wow. I know. I was like,
that is
honestly,
a travesty.
Could have been our benefit that we got like an early release. But hey, we'll wait patiently. It's fine. So
she can re-record.
Yeah, that's right. It's all good. I mean, you hear about celebrities, their music getting leaked via text, or because we do so much from our phones nowadays. So, anyways, it can happen to you. So we were worried when we were going to launch this show that it was
going to try to
get
a hold of the episodes beforehand. No need to worry.
Don't worry, Tri-State.
Our publicist Leslie is on it.
She's on it. Thank you, Leslie. We need you to contact the press. All right, so let's move on here. I feel like sorry I'm doing so much talking. These past stories back to back were all me. Let's move on. This one, kind of another news angle here. Tom Holland, let's talk about him for a second. So obviously well known as the actor that is in the Spider-Man franchise now. So Tom Holland actually got a mild concussion about a week ago during, they call it an incident on the set of his upcoming film, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Did you hear about this, Aaron?
I did, yeah. I heard that. I knew he got... I didn't know he was concussed. I just heard he had an injury on set and had to go to the hospital. I didn't know that it was a serious injury, though.
Concussions are very serious. And what this tells me is that he is doing his own stunts.
Yes.
Attaboy.
Although he might be out of commission doing that after this, but,
He says, no thanks. They said no one else was injured, so we don't know exactly what took place, but methinks it'll have something to do with probably all those wires he's swinging from.
I would say.
Just a guess. They said that Holland's going to take a quick break from filming just as a precaution, and then they're going to resume work here in a couple of days. At this point, if you're listening, I'm sure they're probably back in action. The filmmakers did say that they are meeting to kind of plan the next steps when stuff like this happens, just to make sure everybody's good to go. And the movie, it did start production in August, so they've only been at it for a little bit. And it is expected to hit theaters next July. So are you looking forward to seeing it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't watch any of the Tom Holland versions in theaters, except for the third one, oddly enough, because my family was like, come with us. And I was like, okay. Zero context, and I just jump into the third movie. But I love the third movie. I won't spoil anything because it is like an actually great spoiler that I would love to tell you, but watch it if you haven't.
Oh, bless you for not giving it away.
Watch it if you haven't. And then I'm very excited. I went back and watched the rest of them, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Love it.
I have a statute of limitations with this show. If it's been around, like Jaws, for instance, for over 50 years, we're going to spoil. But for the most part, we do not do spoiler alerts. The shark dies. Spoiler alert. There's a shark and it dies.
Yes.
It's the Spider-Man franchise is incredible. We were chatting about this, which again, this may age me a little bit, but my Spider-Man is still Tobey Maguire. That was my era.
I mean, me too, though. Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to Cardi B. Of course, we've been chatting some Cardi B here on the show recently.
Yeah, we have. She just got out of a major lawsuit. I don't know how major it was, but basically, long story short, I'm not a legal person. She doesn't have to pay any money to somebody who said she assaulted her.
Yes, and that somebody is
a security
shame.
guard.
Yes, shame on her.
Shame.
So Cardi B's back in the news. Like we said, she was in the news there for a stint there a couple weeks back because she was, in all of her court appearances, kind of wrapping up that whole alleged case of assault, which ended up being nothing. And she was like, well, you know what? Ha ha ha, told you so. She even fell asleep in court, which we found really funny and talked about here on the show. So moving on, Cardi B now is back making headlines because, Aaron, take it away.
She is releasing her second album, Am I the Drama, which I love that title.
I know, it's a great
so good
title.
And also she's expecting a new baby on top of that with her boyfriend, New England Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs. That's awesome. I love her.
So cool. I was actually going...
Talk about win after win after win.
Winning is what she's doing. So Cardi B cracks me up. I like her just as a person, but I truly love her music because... not a big runner here. I'm not going to act like I'm some big fitness guru, but I will try to
We're training marathons over here.
Yeah, guys, listen. We got the bumper sticker to prove it.
Love.
I try to jog every once a week, maybe. And last weekend, I was on I was on Pandora, and I was on Cardi B station, and because let's get wild after it, and this new song pops up, and I pulled it up, and it said Am I the Drama? And I thought, I don't remember this. And I thought, oh my goodness, she has new music out. So that was kind of exciting. As you mentioned, the baby's going to be with her boyfriend there. And she said that the baby is due before the start of her first arena tour, Little Miss Drama. Love the title that begins in February.
That's great.
Yeah, so new album and a baby. She's 32 years old, fun fact. She was saying that she's excited and happy while preparing to release new music and then balancing motherhood because as you recall, she's already got 3 kids. Is that right?
Yes.
She said in an interview something about she likes having a lot of kids because she said that's just more people that are going to take care of me someday, which you know what? I like that thought process.
You know what? She's taking care of them very well. They're going to be growing up very well.
They're going to be just fine. She said that she feels like she's in a really good space. She feels strong. She feels powerful. That the work, she said, but I'm doing all of this work right now. And she said, I'm doing all of this work while I'm also creating a baby, which, very good point. You are, man. Go you, Cardi.
That's a great point.
Yeah. I'm doing all this stuff. Oh, and I'm growing a human inside of me. She also said that her and her man are very supportive of each other. Cardi B also said that she and Diggs, they share the same ambition. They're both super determined to be the greatest in their fields. She also credited him with giving her a sense of stability as she's getting ready for this next album. And one of the track titles is called Safe, which she said, has to do with him. So again, I don't know her personally. I enjoy her music, and I enjoy her just as a funny entertainer and rapper in
you want to talk about somebody who's authentically themselves.
Well said.
Unapologetic.
I
love it.
I can only dream to be that carefree.
That's where I am right in here.
And here we are. We unhinged and unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
But sounds like she's really happy.
Yeah.
And good for them.
And I love that she has a partner that's supportive of, because there can be that kind of tension, I feel like, between people who are not in the same industry but kind of the same caliber almost of popularity. There can be that jealousy, and it seems like there's none of that here.
Well said. There is some of that in Hollywood where one actor marries another actor, one's career takes off, and it just seems like they both are just dominating, and they're also about to have a little baby. I don't know what the gender is. Maybe they're waiting.
I don't think she's released it yet, but I'm excited to see what that is.
More little Cardi B's out in the world. We love it.
We love it.
From Cardi to another queen of music.
Yeah, so we got more music news for you. Madonna is set to release her first album in 7 years.
Wow.
And she's working with Warner Records once again for a brand new dance pop album, and it's planned to be a follow-up to her acclaimed album Confessions on a Dance Floor. Now, we grew up at this time when that came out.
Music makes the people together. I'm sorry, I sang twice now on this show, Tri-State. I'll stop.
Listen, it's fine. It's our show. We can do what we want.
That's one of the songs I remember, though. Anyways, go Madonna, go.
We love it. We love it.
Also, one of my favorite Madonna songs is life is Like a Prayer?
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I had to get that to sing it in my head for a minute. I think that is such a jam. So
Oh, that's a great.
Sorry, Aaron. Back to you.
You're fine. No. But this is our show, and this is your show too. We
You're
can
right.
do
If I
whatever
wanna
we
sing,
want.
I will sing if I want to.
Absolutely.
We may lose some listeners, but you know what? It was worth it.
It was worth it. Just hang in there with us, guys. But it features hit songs off the original album, like Hung Up, Jump, Sorry, really good songs. Check that album out if you haven't. But it's set to be, or not set to be released. It's set to be released in 2005. No. Confessions on a Dance Floor released in 2005. And I don't know about you, but I find this to be a really interesting concept to have like a 20-year arc, I guess, sort of, kind of.
Yes, that is exactly what it is. A 20-year evolution of an artist.
Yes.
I mean, somebody that has stayed relevant, stayed consistent, had a ton of shock factor, kind of similar to Lady Gaga, Britney, our queens of pop. I think Sabrina's doing that today.
Yeah.
Madonna truly pioneered and led the way for women in this industry, especially in that genre. So
Yes, I mean, she's had, controversies, and she's just kind of blown through them. Like,
she's Madonna.
She's Madonna. Honestly, that's, in short, she's Madonna.
I truly think if you get to the level of fame where you're just a one word, like just name, like Prince, Madonna, Adele.
And they know just, automatically who you are.
Just Madonna.
Yes.
Aaron and Casie.
Aaron and Casie.
We'll get there, Aaron. No, that's a great story.
It will be like Hall & Oates.
Hall & Oates. Oh my gosh, that's definitely Mason Weeks.
Actually not a terrible.
Let's go Weeks Mason.
Weeks
okay,
Mason.
You get to go first on that one.
Okay.
All right. You used to twist my arm. Okay.
Why not?
No, that's great. We love Madonna. Cannot wait for that music.
Yeah.
I know you're a big fan. So.
Oh yeah, and we got a little bit of celebrity news, of course. Veteran journalist Chris Wallace received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame this past week. And now he's best known for being a longtime correspondent on 60 Minutes. Arnold Schwarzenegger and former Tonight Show host Jay Leno spoke at the ceremony.
That's cool.
Which is really cool, like legends, icons, superstars.
Talk about two people you want on your team right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, his star was placed next to his father's star, Mike Wallace, and he was actually one of the original correspondents on 60 Minutes.
How special.
So it's like a little passing of the torch.
Wow, I didn't know you were about to say that. I
Yeah.
knew we talked about this story for the show this week, but I didn't know it was next to his dad's star.
I didn't either
That's
until
really
I looked
cool.
into it. I was
Really
like,
cool.
wow, that's awesome. Just kind of a full circle moment, I'd say.
Yeah,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
And he's, again, 60 Minutes, one of those shows. It's kind of like one of the soundtracks to my childhood. We'd be home of a night and yeah. That's great. You just nailed it. I always remember my parents having that on in the bed. That's exactly right.
I didn't know what else to do.
And I'd hear Barbara Walters come on.
Yes.
That is I have a lot of admiration for your serious, hard-hitting journalists like that. That's kind of I can't find the right word for it, but it's an art craft in its own.
I think so too. It's definitely
admirable.
like a very different song and dance that we do here.
Exactly.
It's cut from the same cloth, but a very different medium, I'd say.
Definitely. I think it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of talent, and just kind of a sense of curiosity. I know they've had a little bit of everyone on that show throughout the years. It's a staple in American history, television staple, I would say. And so the faces on that show are iconic. And again, I'm a Barbara Walters girl.
Of course.
But I have a lot of respect for her. That is not my style.
Yeah.
But when I watch her interview, she goes after it. And again, that is definitely
she goes for it.
A vibe.
It is.
We'll
but
say
you
it's
know
just a
what?
vibe.
She pioneered that whole entire world for women to come
We've
up
got
and-
Madonna and Barbara Walters we're talking about today because that's what's the trend.
That is what's the trend this week. But
Well, that's
yeah,
cool. Anything else you want to add about that?
I just think it's really cool that we have two generations of Wallace men, Walk of Fame, also working at 60 Minutes.
That's right.
Insane.
I tell you what, the lady in that household, she must have been doing something right with
Yeah,
both of those
honestly.
men. She raised them up good and married them good.
We love.
So I was speaking of like iconic figures. This one kind of hits into our more mature generation, if you will. We're talking about Robert Redford. Some of our younger audience may not exactly know who this is, but let me tell you, indeed a legendary actor and director. So Robert Redford, he has passed away. We wanted to share that news with you on the show. That was trending this week. And his publicist said that he passed away at his home in Utah, a place that he absolutely loved, surrounded by those he loved. That's the way to go. He's best known for his starring roles. Now, this will ring a bell. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yeah.
I think we've all heard of that. And The President's Men. He also directed films as well. I think produced some too. Award-winning films. Ordinary People and A River Runs Through It were two of them. He was 89 years old. I would say it's safe to say lived a great life. Household name for a lot of our, traditional Hollywood, old classic Hollywood movie fans. I know my mom was like, oh no, Robert Redford. And I saw that on the national news the day that it happened, and he will be missed. So
very much so.
Yes, Robert Redford. Wanted to update you guys with that today.
We've got some more celebrity news.
Now this
one's a little
spill the tea, Aaron.
Yeah.
Take a sip of my water here.
I know. We got celebrity news. The Vampire's Diary actress Nina Dobrev and the Olympian gold medalist Shaun White recently just called off their engagement.
And here's the thing. This wasn't just an engagement that got called off. This is spicy.
Yeah, get into this. Saddle up, kids. So it comes less than a year after their engagement, and they were last seen together back in August of this year.
Yeah.
But Nina stepped out at the Toronto Film Festival without her ring on. So that kind of sparked like online rumors of like, did she forget the ring? Are they still together? They just posted a week ago on Instagram together. Maybe they're just like, maybe it's just like an outfit choice, whatever. But turns out they did release that they called off the engagement. But Nina has been posting a very cryptic TikTok post breakup that kind of may have indicated allegedly infidelity.
Allegedly, we said it. It's safe.
Allegedly,
we said it. There you go.
But yeah, they began dating in 2019, and I don't know. It kind of gives a little something.
Cryptic is such a good word. They were like the it couple. I remember on the Olympics and everything. Just he's a household name. She's a household name. They seemed so in love.
I'm gonna say it. How do you fumble Nina Dobrev?
Come on, Shaun, get it together. I mean, amen, Aaron. And here's the thing, too.
Listen, I watched Friends with Benefits. Shaun White's in that movie literally like last weekend. He has no reason to cheat. Let's just say that.
No reason. How dare you? If you did, shame. So, in more ways than one, because she is beautiful. So, I saw, let me add to this
bring
tea
into it.
while we're at it.
Yeah.
I saw that she was spotted on a yacht with Zac Efron and his buddy Miles Teller, who is happily married to his wife. But Zac Efron, a very single, ready to mingle Zac Efron. So if she's moving on fast.
Honestly, good for her.
I'm not mad about it. Again, we told you we loved High School Musical 3.
I support women that are scorned. Go for it.
That's right. Okay, so Jessica Chastain, another, just incredible woman, since we're talking about him here. She, speaking of Hollywood Walk of Fame, she just received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Fellow stars and buddies, you got Viola Davis that attended, Octavia Spencer, even Al Pacino were just some of the familiar faces there in attendance. Of course, Jessica, she's had an incredible acting career as well. She's received many awards, nominations, including her Oscar for her role in The Eyes of Tammy Faye. Did you see that one?
I did.
Tell us your take.
So good. Like the makeup department, I don't remember if they won an award, but they should have. If you know anything about Tammy Faye Baker, that girl did not have a makeup wipe ever. Ever. She would just add on extra everything. That's right. But like she was perfect in that role. The term less is more did not imply with that gal. Girl. Nope. So I don't want this to be like, well, I once saw her, but you know what, humble brag, I was at the CMAs a couple years ago and she was in town as a presenter at the award show. A lot of times the award shows, if there's a big movie or show coming out, they promote it on, and that's what they were doing, of course, because it was in the country music realm. But if you may recall, she did the show George and Tammy that was based on Tammy Wynette and George Jones. She was in that limited series, which was
incredible. I highly recommend you watch that. Again, an incredible acting job on her part and everyone in the film. But what was cool was I knew she was going to be at the CMA Awards, and you know that the presenters there's a chance they're all going to walk the carpet. Well, she walks the carpet. I mean, the show had already started, and she went to like the big name, like E! News and Entertainment Tonight. What's the trend? Of course. Hey, to our defense, we were not established yet.
Not yet.
And she gets to like us local media outlets, and then they just blaze her, just boom, she goes right by all of us. And I remember she kind of glanced over, and I knew not to ask for an interview because it wasn't going to happen. Her team would be like, no, sorry, we got to get her in there. But she just, first of all, in person,
gorge.
Wowzer, like, woo, beautiful. My goodness. And she looked over, and I just throw up the goofiest, like, middle schooler wave, like, "Hey, Jessica!"
I love that, though. Take your shot.
I did.
The worst thing they can do is ignore you.
And that's, you know what? She didn't. She waved and kind of kept walking, and I was like, wow. So basically, we're best friends now.
Amazing.
So she's invited to next week's episode.
Love.
So yeah, kind of a lot of recaps this week. It's cool to see people getting honored where they deserve. Again, we kind of covered some loss in the industry, as well as just some spicy news too with celebrity. So is there anything else we want to recap this week? I think we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, we've covered a lot.
That's
today.
Right. Well, we end with sports, so let's kind of go ahead and dive into that now.
Our niche, if you will.
It's under construction.
We do what we can.
We do. We always, of course, want to plug.
Of course, Touchdown Live.
Always
Touchdown Live airs every Friday night at 10:30, and that is streamed on our Facebook page and YouTube. Aaron Hancock, Max Parker run that show. They do such a good job with it.
So great.
Really, if you're a sports fan, make sure you check that out.
Definitely.
They're so good.
And this week, we wanted to pull a sports headline for you. This one, we thought our local listeners are going to want to know about this. Former USI men's basketball coach Bruce Pearl. We found out that he actually stepped down now as head coach. He had been at Auburn for a very long time. Officials say that it's an effective, immediately move. He's going to move into the ambassador's role within the athletic department there. And what that means is he's going to be a special assistant to the athletics director.
I was going to ask you what that meant.
Yes, I was like, don't worry, I'll explain from my whatever I was told. So basically, if you remember Pearl, he coached the Tigers for 11 years. He was the winningest coach in Auburn's men's basketball history. He had 232 victories there, and that's a lot.
Dang.
Even if you don't know sports, that's a lot.
That
is
a
number.
lot.
And then here's why it's relevant to us here at home, and we wanted to share on the podcast today that this news is trending right now. He actually led the Screaming Eagles over at USI from 1992 to 2001, and he was at the helm in 1995 when USI won that Division II national championship. So,
that's awesome.
I just wanted to share that with you guys. Of course, sports news there to talk about
That's
today.
Really cool.
And it pretty much recaps all of our topics from movies, music, sports, you name it. That is what is trending this week. So, Aaron, you want to get us out of here?
Yeah. Again, thank you so much for listening or watching wherever you're getting this. We always appreciate it.
We do.
You can always find us on Amazon, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Always go to our webpage if you want to. We've got all of our unedited video there. It's pretty fun. Make sure you watch that. But then again, thank you so much for listening to or watching to
What's the Trend?
Have a good day, guys.
See you guys.